Welcome to this edition of Two-Man Game. Well. Just when we thought we had the Washington Wizards figured out, they went and won 2 games in a row. I'm Colvin Underwood with my esteemed colleague, fellow panelist, DC sports journalist, Xavier Wherry. What's good, Zay?
Boss man, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
You know, Colvin, I've been on this wide spectrum right over the past week and a half. So when the season first started, the game against Philly, the season opener, I was actually optimistic. I thought that things were going to be okay, right? Because that was a pretty tough game, and it was a loss that I wasn't upset about. Then Orlando happened. Then Chicago happened. And honestly, Colvin, I was down in the dumps, if I'm being honest with you. I just thought that they weren't guarding, they weren't playing defense at all. It was the same old story from last year, right? Giving them 70-point halves, just not being focused on the defensive end. We know what they can do offensively. And, you know, obviously Minnesota happened, and then the most recent game against the Brooklyn Nets happened.
Another lob inside. Rui Hachimura with the left. Just keep on feeding him down there.
And that was, you know, after that game, Colvin, I am extremely happy about what I've been seeing from the Wizards. Obviously, things need to improve on the defensive end, but I really truly believe a win like that against a team of that caliber is very important for these guys.
Constant has been the performance of Bradley Beal. I mean, he's averaging 30 points a game. He's that go-to guy.
The one thing that really shined bright that I'm really excited to see was the end of the Brooklyn game. When Bradley Beal got that ball, and instead of hoisting it, he made and created a shot for Thomas Bryant right at the rim. And to me, that's a huge step, right? Like me and you talked about it earlier. That's the next step, right? That's how Bradley Beal can evolve, and it's by being an elite playmaker. And again, he's giving you 30 a game. Colvin, we know he can put the ball in the bucket. He did it at an elite level last year, and he's only continuing that trend this year.
The other thing you can count on is Russell Westbrook, and I think he has been everything and more. And so the numbers don't lie. He's 3rd in the league in assists with 11 a game, and he's 8th in the league in rebounding.
I really truly believe, man, obviously starts at the top with Beal and Westbrook. But Westbrook has done a great job, Colvin, getting people involved. 20, 11, and 11. Book it every single night.
You don't want that to creep up on you later on in the season, learning how to lose.
Abdia to Thomas Bryant.
He's just been playing dominating basketball. And the thing I love about it is that he's always willing to learn. He holds himself accountable. You know, you don't see that a lot. Like, I kind of think he's similar to me mentally. Like, he puts so much pressure on himself. He wants to do so good. You know, he wants to get better. He wants to contribute to winning. And that's what I love about him, man. And the fact that he's willing to sacrifice everything, you know, for the betterment of the team.
But here's the stat. This is what you can hang your hat on if you're a Wizards fan. He's 26 of 30 from the field. He's missed 4 shots in 3 games. Unheard of.
Yeah.
Unheard of for a big man who's not known for being a scorer.
Mm-hmm.
For somebody who's still, I don't think he's raw, but I think he's still, you know, growing in the game. But what we're seeing, Zay, is we're seeing this thing they call upside. This is the upside of Thomas Bryant.
Only 23 years old. And right now he's shooting 60% from the field, 50% from 3. I know the sample size is small, but for him to miss 4 shots in 3 games, that's absolutely remarkable. There was one game he went 7 for 7 against the Timberwolves, right? Didn't miss a single shot. Thomas Bryant can score at the rim. He can shoot it. That is a recipe for a successful big man in 2021 rather, and beyond.
Where do we go from here? Because the schedule is brutal. Philadelphia, Miami, Boston, Phoenix, Utah.
I'm looking at that 5-game stretch, Colvin, and from how this team has played, 2-3 to me, coming out of that 5-game stretch, 2-3 would honestly be a win. I believe, because of how difficult that stretch is, and also what this team has showed me to be. I'm looking at Philadelphia. I think that'll be a tough out. I honestly like our chances against Boston. Boston's kind of banged up and they're thin right now, dealing with a lot of injuries. Miami, they haven't really maximized what they're going to be, but I think that they could be finding their rhythm. Phoenix is a tough out, man. Phoenix is really good.
I like Phoenix, yeah. But you know what? I'm going to flip it the other way.
Okay.
Why can't you go 3-2? Because now let's pick up the bar. All right. We kind of know the sample size of games that we've seen so far. We kind of get a good feel of what this team is. We can definitely point, like we did at the beginning part of the show, and say, hey, you know, those elements work. And you can say, hey, these elements don't. And, you know, it's maximizing what you do well. Mm-hmm. You know, and is there room for another person to step up? Sure it is. You know, Neto has proven that he can come in and knock down some shots. Robinson's come in and played relatively well in certain spots. I want to see more Mo Wagner, because I think he gives them energy. I think he gives them boards. I think he gives them an inside presence.
I think that Bertans is going to do just fine. Obviously, once he heals up, maybe they're going to have to do a little bit more tweaking of the minutes so that he can get healed up properly. We don't want to, exacerbate that injury by any means. But I will say this: the minute that shot starts falling down, because they look good, you know what I mean? Like he's still got the jumper on him. Once it starts to go down, it's going to open up even a lot more for this all.
That's going to do it for this edition of Two Man Game. Check us out, dmvsports1.com. You can find us there. You can find us on YouTube. Check the social media, Twitter, check Facebook. We'll let you know when we're coming on, and we'll be talking Wizards all season long. We'll see you later.